no heroes. No heroes. No heroes, baby.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back with another video, and today we have our runner-up with Zoro, the one and only, back from OP10, and today we have...
It's Bogdan. I'm actually local here in Munich, so it was nice getting to the finals here in my hometown. And with my OG deck, OP1 Zoro, it was also like a throwback to the OP1 times, since the final was also against OP1 Luffy.
Yeah, I've been told that you've been playing Zoro since like a long time.
Since the OP2 beginning, since the first Makino dropped and Zoro became better than other red decks.
Fair. I've been told you also played one time BY Luffy, and then you stopped.
It was just too hard to get through 10 rounds with black-yellow. In Utrecht at the finals, I was 8-1 with black-yellow, and then lost all 3 last rounds because I was just exhausted.
Okay, fair. And then you said, okay, we are going back to the good old strategy. So speaking of your strategy, what do you have in your deck?
So first of all, of course, everyone knows the leader. It's like opposite of Shanks. Shanks does -1 once per turn. So does +1 to everything.
Yep.
So it's basically, it's like the best counter to Shanks.
That's true.
And the best card in the deck has to be the blocker chopper. So this guy, if you don't know, when you attach to Dons with leader effect, basically you attack for 7 all the time, and you do -3 to the opponent. So this is so easy to then remove.
Oh, it's -3, it's not -2.
Yeah, -3. So that means your searchers, your anything that the opponent has rested, is easy to remove afterwards.
Yeah, fair.
So this is really the best card in the deck. It's also a blocker, has counter. It's an animal, so you can play it off of the event and also off of the next card in the deck, the Spawn Chopper. So this is the newest addition from OP8. This one basically unplay, and when attacking, you spawn one of your 4k power or less animals. So it's basically you swarm the board so hard with Zoro, and then the leader effect boosts everything, so it's so much advantage.
I can see. So the animal package is in full effect.
I'm playing a rather small animal package. I'm playing then the choppers, of course, these ones. Then I'm playing the ducks just because they're 2k counter. Fair. Then I'm playing the bears, again 2k counter.
Yeah.
You really don't want to drop this off of the effects. It's just if you don't have anything, you need some more animals to spawn off of the chopper.
Okay, I can see that.
And then the third best after the choppers is Robson.
Because it has rush.
Because it has 4k power, it is a rusher if you need it. It has counter, so it has everything you need. It's like not the best rusher, but it has, like, in any situation you can use it, either counter, spawning him, or just rush him.
Okay, I can see that.
Then next card, more rush, Zoro.
Yeah.
OG, you cannot run Zoro without Zoro. He's like the best rusher that you can play in Zoro. I actually won against Black just because he didn't have enough counters to get out of 2 Zoro swings. So if you would have played like a higher cost rusher, you had less swings, and then he would just block. But because you could play both of them, he wasn't able to block my last attack, and he lost then.
Well, you faced a lot of Blackbeards in the top card.
Yeah, so you need, of course, the rush package. Then next card is, of course, Makino.
Yeah.
It's basically rushing your 1-cost searchers. For 1 Dawn, you're basically attacking the same that you would do with Zoro. So if they ignore your searchers, you can just drop a Makino. Again, also 2k counter. It's important for me to always have enough 2k counter to protect the board. What's better than playing a rusher is defending a rusher.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always playing a lot of counter.
Also, she's like a pseudo blocker because
people have to swing into
yeah.
it. Yeah. The next card, the Namis.
Yeah.
You need searchers. It searches basically everything in your deck that you need. And then the next searcher that I'm actually playing Buggy.
Alright.
Buggy is basically a better searcher than Kureha because he has more power. He searches top 5, and anyways, the only card that you want to search off of those 8 searchers is the animal event.
Yeah.
Anything else, even if you whiff, it doesn't matter. You want to play as many searchers that can get you to the event. Getting the spawn chopper off of the event is so much better than hard playing the chopper.
Yeah.
Because they don't know, they already swing, like a Lucci already used his minus effect when he attacked. So that's why it's super important to see this one as much as you can. People are playing like 2 or 3 Kureha sometimes, but she's only top 4. Of course, you can get like a 1-kick counter, maybe a 2-kick counter, but like you cannot even search the ducks with Kureha, so that's why I'm running Buggy.
Fair. That's an argument.
Then another target for Buggy and Nami is the new Molgan.
Yeah, it's a crazy card.
So good, and again, this is so much more impact than any like searching an animal with Kureha. Getting to the Molgan, this wins you the Bonnie matchup. My first one was actually against a friend that is playing Bonnie, and this just destroyed his 8-cost kid, and then I just went for game for 8 and he didn't have enough counters.
Yeah.
And against 8-cost kid, you're basically -5 on his kid and killing his blocker.
Yeah, his Resonanza.
And then literally, like your Nami with leader effect can swing over the kid. So if he doesn't have counter, then he's just dead.
It's like a better version of Roundtable.
Exactly. Then I'm playing 2 more Bonnie Hate, the Robin. This is super good to get rid of the Rosinante before you're playing the Molgans. And there's actually a very good combo if you play these 2 together. You do not have to KO the same target.
Yeah.
So if you're playing like against a Dofi or against some other deck that has 6k power characters, you're -5ing their character, KOing a searcher, and then KOing the character with Nico Robin because he's now at 1 or 0. And then if you clear his searchers, then the Machinas like stays there. They cannot clear it.
Or the swing with the leader into the Machina, which is like, okay.
Which is so bad for them, yeah, exactly. And then similar line of thought, getting rid of the searchers. I'm playing 4 Red Hawks. This is the card that I'm playing before I've been playing Zoro. So 4 Red Hawks in all of my decks before even I'm playing Zoro. I played this in OP10 with red-green Luffy. And he's so good into clearing the searchers of the opponent. And if you drop like a chopper, he spawns another chopper. Just leaving 2 down open, they're afraid of this event, and then I drop this event. Clear their searchers and protecting my body. The next turn I'm just swarming him and he has nothing to do. And the trigger, it does -10k. So if this comes in the last life, it wins you so many games.
It's like badge.
In this tournament, it didn't help at all, but it is like a beige. And similarly, also the Morgan also has trigger -5k.
Yeah, it's a deactivate main.
The second part doesn't come up because I don't have anything that stays 6k in the opponent's turn, but still -5 is still enough to win you some games. I actually used the -5 on one of the dock queues of Teach because he wanted to go all in on Dons and Teach and on the dock queue with 0 power to go for game.
And then he was -5,000.
-5 and then he couldn't swing. And then of course, one of Luffy unblockable, you need some unblockable.
Oh, it's a one-off. I've seen it in, what game was it? I think it was the Teach game, and I saw it, I'm like, okay, that's unfortunate.
You could argue to play instead of the Luffy just Diablo Jumble because you can search it with all of your 8 searchers.
Yeah.
But there's so many games where the opponent just blocks, counters everything and never gets to 0. And then if the opponent doesn't have a blocker, one more rusher is just enough to go like 8 and 9, and it's just one more rusher.
Okay, I can see that.
That's why I'm playing this over the Diablo Jumble.
Well, that looks like your deck is complete, but I am missing one big card, another 5-cost Luffy, the SC21 Luffy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be really good to get invested down onto your leader and enabling him to swing for 7?
It's not good at all in my opinion because there's so many things that can remove him. Like in Shanks, they just drop a Rayleigh, clears the Luffy. In Dofi, they just drop a Jozu, they bounce the Luffy. It's so much removal and he never sticks. Like the ST21 Luffy never sticks. So this way I'm only playing one of for going for game. Otherwise I'm never playing him out.
Okay.
And like I said, like for 6 stones you could play like a Luffy, swing 8 or 9, but sometimes you just need more low bodies.
Yeah.
And the idea is also with the ST21 Luffy, you always have to swing first with Luffy to get a bonus and playing something out. So you're basically playing into triggers. Like if you play a chopper and then the opponent triggers, he's just killing it for free. And it doesn't fit with my deck. Like I just prefer dropping a free drop Zoro and having Dawn open for the Red Hawk instead of playing a Luffy.
Okay. That's
And Luffy is just 1k power more, Red Hawk gives him +4, so he sticks. And a rusher on board is so much more important than another rusher in hand.
that's an argument. So, I mean, you didn't get hit by the ban list, so we are eating good with
It's
red.
basically the same deck after the ban list. My only loss, like in the top cut, was against Luffy, and in the Swiss I lost 2 times against Shanks, where he literally had no bricks in hand. So I did everything, and he just had everything. So those were my 2 losses: 2 times Shanks in Swiss and 1 time in Luffy in the final.
So you wouldn't change anything to this list.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe cutting one of the Morgans if Bonnie is not played so much. There was no Bonnies today in the top cut, and with Luffy being gone, like that was the best reason to play Bonnie. So I might cut off one of this and maybe put in the Diable Jumble. But other than that, this is like it performed today, and against Luffy, he's just hit with no more Jinbei, so it should be better.
Alright. Do you have any tips for people seeing your list, seeing your advancements, and being like, yeah, let's go?
I'm suggesting don't try to mix the Red Hawk with other stuff. Like Red Hawk only works if you have like a lot of small stuff. If you try to combine like with Rayleighs or dragons or stuff like that, it's not really the best card to play.
Oh
with.
yeah, I just noticed you don't play anything higher than
No, this is the only hard
5.
card.
Yeah.
I was a bit afraid of Buggy, like Blue Buggy, because everything is like free cost, but the 1 cost and 2 cost can attack. So basically I have still these guys that can attack.
Yeah.
And funny thing, most of Buggy's characters are slash. So he cannot remove this one. And the only removal that Buggy usually plays is the 10 cost. So he literally has to play the 10 cost to get rid of my 1 cost Buggy. And that's enough, like going with this one, always having 2 swings because he cannot remove it. Leader, Buggy, Makino for boosting, and then again, Luffy for game. With 5 you can attack and it's unblockable, so that's the game plan.
Alright. So, you mentioned you are from Munich, you are second. Do you have any shout-outs you want to make?
Yeah,
for today?
definitely shout-outs to the local organizers here. I'm always going to Brooklyn Magic for locals and Amigos. So shout-out to those organizers and to all of the friends that were helping me to the Burgerheim group, the Wanted group, and yeah,
So,
nice getting second in my hometown.
noticing it right now, you have, you're playing a lot of shoppers. You have a shopper on your hoodie. Is Chopper your favorite character?
Yeah, definitely. Chopper and Garb is the second favorite character.
Alright, then I hope you have more success the next time. Thank you for taking your time doing the interview with us. I hope I see you next time in the Top Cut too. And yeah, that's it. If you liked the video, leave a follow and be prepared for more interviews to come.
And play Zoro.
And play Zoro, yeah, indeed.